Hi everyone, it's Alisa Tilsner, a Stampin' Up demonstrator from Australia. In today's video, I'm going to show you another watercolouring card, and this time we are using the Forever Blossom stamp set, and I'm going to be showing you some watercolouring, but instead of using black stays on, I'm going to change the look of my card and use our brand new saddle brown stays on ink pad. So this if you're not on my blog and you're watching this video, we are part of doing, my card is for the Stamping Society blog hop, and this month we are featuring projects that are on the theme of share what you love. So we've each picked a technique or a style that we absolutely love, and mine of course would be colouring. So we're also giving away our tutorial this month for free because it's our 1 year anniversary doing our video tutorials for you. So I will talk about that in a little bit more because I struggle to do two things at once. So I've just inked up in Stays On in my saddle brown, and I'm using my Stamparatus to give a good impression, mainly because I'm never quite sure how my first impression is going to turn out. I like the depth that one has given me, so I'm actually not going to stamp it again. Sometimes I'll stamp it twice depending on how dark I want my image, but I'm quite happy with that one. So I am going to pop that away. I'll give it a clean a little bit later. So if you don't have a Stamparatus yet, you should definitely invest in one. Okay, so we're going to colour in. I'll bring in my card and show you, because I'm going to explain to you what I've done for my blog hop and what I've done for my tutorial. So this is the card that we'll be making today, but well, we won't actually be making it. I'm just going to show you how to colour the image. If you're after my tutorial on how to actually make the card, that will be in our monthly PDF and video. And what I've done with my video project is actually remade this card, but I used blends to colour instead of watercolouring, because I enjoy colouring regardless of what medium. So I've done two variations of the same card, so you can pick up the tutorial this month for free. So I've just zoomed in a little bit because I need to stand up and so I can see what I'm doing as well. So the other things that you are going to need is an aqua painter and a trusty source of tissue paper or wet rag or something that you can just wipe off your brush. Now I'm going to be a little bit involved in my watercolouring this time, so I'm going to use a fair amount of colours. So for the leaves, I'm using Pear Pizzazz, Old Olive and Mossy Meadow for the leaves. And for the flowers, I am using Petal Pink, Grapefruit Grove and Cajun Craze. Okay, so quite a few colours for this one. All right, just see if I need to zoom in any closer. So we're going to start with our leaves. So I'm just going to squeeze my ink pad, and I'm using still a variety of the old linen ink pads that we have, the soft foam ink pads, and also the brand new ink pads. So I have a mixture of them all. So I'm just going to start. I'm sure that that's probably nice and dry. I'm going to start putting down my light colours first, and I'm just going to colour over that entire amount, now over the entire area. Now I will more than likely speed up the colouring so that you don't have to sit through it. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be doing first. Okay, so that's very light. I have to keep making sure that I'm in the screen. So if I stop, it's probably because I'm standing up to keep checking. I'm sort of half sitting, half standing while I'm colouring. Okay, so my second colour is going to be Old Olive, and I'm going to pop that down over the top as well. Okay. And then my final colour to go down is my Mossy Meadow. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. I'll just bring it up close to the screen so you can see what it looks like close up. They generally don't look particularly fantastic when they're super close like this, but it gives you an idea of where I've put the colours down a little bit closer for you. Okay, it always looks better from afar. Okay, so next we are going to work on our flowers, and again starting with the light. Oops, sometimes you have to give them a really good squeeze. There we go, that's a bit better. Got to get those muscles out happening. Okay, am I in the screen? Yep. Okay, so let's have a go at this petal here. So I'm just going to go lightest first. The flower, I should say, not the petal. So I think definitely stamping in the Staddle Brown just changes the whole feel of the card completely. Like, this is the first time I've used Staddle Brown to stamp as well. But I'm just going to go ahead and do all of the light colours, and I'll speed it up for you. Okay, time for our next colour, which is Grapefruit Grove. So I think the petal pink works really well with some of the, rather than the pinky toned colours, I think they work well with the orange toned. Okay, so for the next colour, I'm just going to do about maybe 3/4, just a little bit over half of the petal in that colour. So I'm going to zoom ahead again. Okay, and our final colour, which seems a little bit odd, but it works, is Cajun Craze. And this one we only add a tiny bit. And we'll start down here. So we just want to add just a little bit, and I sort of, like I did with the Mossy Meadow, which you probably would have seen in the screen, is rather than colour like I was before, I'm sort of pouncing the colour on, because I only want like a little bit. So just to deepen up right in the centre of those and along the edge of the petals. So the centre of the petals and along the edge where there's a little bit of overlapping. So along there and into the centre. So, and rather than colour, I'm just pouncing that colour on. So you can sort of probably see that in my brush. Hopefully you can see it. See how it just adds just that real extra depth into the colour. So I'm going to go ahead and do that next. Okay, so there is my colouring finished. I think I've probably been a little bit more heavy-handed than I did the first time round, but I think that's the joy of colouring, because every time you do it, it's a little bit different. But if you find that it's a little bit heavy like that, just dry your, like wipe your brush off, and then just with just water, just come in a little bit over the top. It sort of just softens it up a little bit and blends it in a little bit more. But I will bring that up close so you can have a look, so you can see roughly where the placement is. And again, once that's dry and everything has settled in, it will look a little bit different as well. So I'll bring my original card back in so you can see the difference between them. It will settle. It's actually quite wet. I can feel the ripples in the paper. So once that dries, it'll probably settle to a colour like that one. And then, of course, our new champagne rhinestones go perfectly with these colour tonings as well. So if you want to see how the card is created, I've made let me just pull back a little bit. I've actually created the exact same card in the tutorial video, but I used Calypso Coral because we don't have a grapefruit blend, but I've recreated the same card but using blends as well, so it gives a completely different look. So make sure you check them out, make sure you download our birthday giveaway special, and I can't wait to see what all the other design team members have come up with as well, sharing what they love. So thanks very much for watching, and we will see you again another time. Bye.